your first fight against Vanderlei and Pride was like a Grand Prix style. So you had a fight before him.
Yeah.
And so you were already tired.
No, he had to fight too.
Yeah. But I'm just saying people don't realize that.
Yeah, people don't realize.
Yeah, but Grand Prix is tricky because maybe, like you said, you fight like half an hour and the other guy fight like 5 minutes.
Right, yeah.
I did that Grand Prix in Brazil just before UFC, 3 fights at the same night.
Oh my God,
yeah.
And I was totally the underdog. And I have a guy, a friend of mine, he was organizing. He said, Demian, go, we're gonna win. And I said, man, no way, look this guy, Gustavo Shimu, he's like 20 fights. And then Catel Cubes, you know, the guy who trains Anderson, you know, Thai boxer. I said, man, very experienced guy. And then Fabio Negão, remember Fabio Negão?
I remember Negão.
My friend.
Yeah.
We fought 15 times in Jiu-Jitsu and 14 times in Jiu-Jitsu. The last time was in that event. Fabio is my dear friend. We train after, but we fought many times because we are like from different academies.
Yeah.
So, and there was so many. Cacareco, remember Cacareco?
Yeah.
Cacareco was in the same bracket. There was, man, I forget, but so many good guys, 8 guys. So I go the first fight, midnight with Catel. I submit him. Second fight, Shimu won against another guy, really tall, strong guy. Was under 83 kilos.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody was bigger than me. So I win by points. And then in the final, I meet Fabio. You know, and Fabio, I fought him 14 times in Jiu-Jitsu before. And I knew he, you know, even though I won most of them, and I think I lost that time, like I won 10 and lost, no, I won 10 and lost 4 at that time to him. But every time, even the ones that I won was, you know him.
Yeah,
right?
he's very aggressive.
Very tough,
strong,
very
tough,
hard, very good technically.
Yeah.
So I said, man, and he was boxing. He was competing in boxing. So in Jiu-Jitsu was hard every time. I said, and this guy was, you know, he was fighting and competing in boxing in Brazil, like knocking people out because he was very powerful, you know. And I said, what am I gonna do now? That was 4 in the morning, the final.
Oh my God.
So midnight, 2 o'clock, 4. And then I remember I drank some energetic, you know, just to keep awake. So we start. It was like Pride style. That was the biggest event in Brazil. They put like elevators to take you down to walk to the cage. So we go there and we start. I don't know too much what to do. I think Fabio expected me to try to take him down. I threw 2 kicks. Then he lifted a little bit his guard. Then he tried to shoot. He tried to go to my back. I get the guillotine in like 1 minute of the fight. So when I get the guillotine 1 minute into the fight, I said, it's now. I just jump close the guard. I said, you know, I will put all my effort here. You know, I want this to end. And then he taps. I said, oh my, I was like, you know, there's the move in that documentary, you know, I'm gonna show you. It's not out in Brazil anymore, but you know, I have. So it shows that fight. When I release the guillotine, I'm like this. Leozinho is in my corner, Rodrigo Comprido, you know. I was like, what I did, you know, it was nice. It was a good money for Brazil that time, you know. So it was.
How old were you?
At that time, 27 maybe.
Wow.
Something like that.
Why were you guys fighting at 4 o'clock in the morning? Why does the tournament start so late?
Too many fights. It was supposed to start like 9 and I ended up starting like 11, and then there was too many fights because there was 2 Grand Prix until under 83 and under 70 kilos, and there was 1 super fight also. So
now, do you remember how you recovered in between the fights? Do you remember what you had to do? Because that was the hard part about me doing a tournament.
Yes, the thing is like what I remember most is that even I was more a jiu-jitsu guy at that time. I had like 2 MMA fights or 3. I was very calm. I could lay down and almost fall asleep. So that's the day that I think maybe I made for that, you know. I made for MMA because you're never sure, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I was a good jiu-jitsu fighter already. You know, I won a lot of stuff, but you never know because, you know, I was pretty calm and people think, he's not the style of MMA fight. But then you start to realize the warrior you have inside. The same feeling I had with Anderson when I fought Anderson, that, you know, when I was that was the toughest fight of my life. And in the second round, when I said, man, it's just a matter of time. I cannot find the distance. This guy is going to knock me out. It's just a matter of time. And then I said, okay, I will keep fighting. Let's see what happens. And then in the third round I got, and it started the same way, you know, and his jabs were like, you know, rocks, throwing rocks. His jab is so strong, you know. It's like throwing rocks to your face. That's the strongest jab I ever felt. And I was all bloody because I blow my nose. You cannot, you know, you cannot blow your nose, you know. So though my eyes got big. So I said, okay, doesn't matter. If he goes to knock me out, I will try something. So my strategy to that fight was totally wrong, was like, you know, jab, move, and do a technical boxing with him. You cannot do a technical boxing with Anderson, you know.
Yeah.
He's much better, bigger, you know, longer. And so, and he was the best in the world in that. So what I should do is what I start to do, and Chael did after, like just brawl, bring to a brawl, like, you know, and try to, you know, just
Close it
clinch,
out,
clinch.
yeah.
Not so technical fight, you know.
Yeah.
Because a technical fight is good for me. It's the same. If the guy goes fight me and try to do technical jiu-jitsu with me, it's always good for me, right? So then I just drop my head and give the front of my head to him, because I know this is strong. And boom, when I got one, and I saw he changed his eyes.
You surprised him, huh?
I surprised him. And then I ran to him, and I got another one after a while. So I said, okay. And then I keep going. So after that fight, you know, one thing that I realized is like, man, you have something in yourself. Everybody has, you know, that you don't believe till you face. And you think, because I always think I was, you know, everybody has fear. Everybody has fear. And people think you don't have fear, right?
Right.
Yeah, and fighters, we deal with fear every day, every day. There's no way you go to fight there, you know. If it's not fear of get hurt, it's fear of everything that can change your life after a loss or a win, right?
Yeah.
It's fear that everything that is gonna happen, not just to you, to your team, to your family, everything. Because what I say in Brazil, when people ask, are you afraid of fighting? People say, no, I'm not afraid. You know, I love to do that. I did for free when I started. My first fight, I paid 30 reais, you know, back in 1996.
Wow.
I was a kid, like, and 18 years old. So it's not about that,
right.
you know. But winning or losing means what is going to happen after. What schools your kids going? What, you know, health insurance you're going to have? Which place you're going to live? Which thing you're gonna give to your life, which legacy you leave, and what you're gonna do after. You know that. So that's the pressure. And plus, everybody looking and judging your work. You know.
Yeah.
And they make you feel. They make you believe that you're much better than you are when you win. But when you lose, they make you believe that you're much worse than you really are.
100%.
So you cannot ever believe in the media, you know, and a lot of fans, because when you win, you're like the God. If you believe in that, is the, you know, start of the fall. But when you lose, they do the same in the opposite way. They make you believe you're much worse than you are, and you also cannot believe. You cannot be attached to that feeling.